Hey everybody, Greg Ray here with Outdoor Solutions Long Range Shooting Schools, and today we are going to talk about optics. And more specifically, we're going to talk about the Zeiss Conquest V4, the 6 to 24 by 50. And the reason I want to talk about that one is because this is what we use in our long range shooting schools. And I hands down believe that it is the best value out on the market, period. Yes, we are partnered with Zeiss. Yes, we have worked with them for the past 4 or 5 years. I know it's probably hard to not sound biased in that situation, but that is what I 100% believe. That's why we use it, continue to use it. So some of these models that we have here, we're going on, I believe, our 4th season with them. We haven't upgraded, we haven't changed anything, quite frankly, because we haven't had to. One thing that I can promise you is that the optics that we use in one season will go through more abuse than what just the average hunter or somebody going to the range will use, because we'll do 15 to 20 classes a year with 14 students per class. So you can imagine how much the elevation knob is getting cranked, how much the windage is being changed. The ocular focus is different for every person, so it gets changed all the time. They get leaned up against trucks whenever we're down in the canyons or up on the mountain, and they get knocked over and they fall, and they get a lot of abuse. And in the 4 or 5 years that we've been working with them, we have not had one failure. Not one thing has gone wrong with any of them. They've never lost any tracking. The glasses stayed true. The subtensions have stayed true. Everything has worked exactly the way that it's supposed to. So it's got that going for it. So what I thought I would do, just a quick breakdown of this Conquest V4. Again, this is the 6 to 24 that we use on the range for all of our classes. I do use the same class bin in a 4 to 16 quite a bit for hunting. And then also, I'm getting close to being converted to the S3, which is their first focal plane. I really like it. I'm going to do another video on it actually here really soon. But anyway, let's talk about this one. So we're starting with a 30 millimeter tube. This one, like I said, is a 6 by 24 by 50. So here's what that means. The 6 is the lowest magnification. Crank all the way over to 24, which will be the highest magnification. And then the 50 is in millimeters for the objective at the end with a 30 millimeter tube, which means that you get a lot of light and you can see in that early morning or evening, dusk right before it gets dark. So that's what the numbers mean for it. So as far as the bells and whistles, we'll just start right over here on this side. It has a locking adjustable windage cap. You don't have to pull anything off. You don't have to unscrew anything. You don't have to use a tool to make any clicks. You literally just pull this out, crank to wherever you want to make your adjustment, and it's numbered really well with a very distinguishable arrow so that you know what windage mark that you're at, and then left or right is also marked very clearly on here. So the next one would be the elevation. And as far as elevation goes, you've got a total of 80 minutes of travel in here. So you've got plenty of room for elevation. We do not use an MOA rail at all. Some of our other optics that we used in the past, we had to use a 20 MOA rail just to give us a little bit of advantage to get out to the distances that we were shooting. With this, we're just shooting a straight up flat rail, and we've got plenty of travel on there. So with the elevation, we teach everything in minute of angle. And so these are marked very clearly. So if I just dialed a 1, I know I'm at 1 minute of angle, and they are quarter-minute clicks. So each click is another quarter MOA, and those are marked very clearly with hash marks in between the numbers. So that makes it very easy for us to find. Plus there's, again, a distinguishable arrow on here for us to be able to look and see where we are. The other thing on here, this has a true ballistic stop on it. So if you look here, whenever I go to turn, I've got a hard stop. I cannot turn past 0. So no more wonderings like, am I truly at 0? If I keep going, am I at 0 then, or am I below 0? This has a true hard stop on. If I was to take this apart, very simple, this cap comes off with just 2 set screws, and there is a ballistic bucket which actually sets your 0 stop. Very, very easy to set. We have to change them all the time in our classes with the different students as they're going out to different distances. So then over here on this side, not only do we have a illumination dial, because the reticle is illuminated with multiple power settings. I believe it goes up to 10. Yes, it does, with on and off every other turn. So you have it on at 1, off, on at 2, off. So you kind of get the picture. Plus another one that is typically saved for more expensive optics is it has parallax. So you're able to change your parallax as you're going down further distances. If you want to know what parallax is, we do have a video on that on here, so look it up and you can check it out. So parallax and locking windage to it, which again is usually saved for the more expensive optics. Zeiss has a very generous eye relief, eye box in there. Typically you're looking at right at 3 inches, which is plenty, and you get that good full field of view, no shadows around, having to get up too close and worry about getting bit by your scope. So anyway, that covers pretty much everything with it. Like I said, I absolutely love this optic. Oh, one other thing that I'll point out here real quick. So these are second focal plane. I've done a video on how to hunt with a second focal plane optic that has done really well. It's just a very simple breakdown of how to hunt with it. One of the things that Zeiss has done, so if you go to full power, which is going to be 24 on this optic, that means that the subtensions within the reticle are accurate, which in this particular one MOA marks with hash marks in there. But what Zeiss has done is that whenever you go to 12 power, they have an S times 2, letting you know that now your subtensions are times 2. So what was 1 minute of angle is now 2. If it said 5 minutes of angle, it's now 10. So you kind of get the picture, but it even puts that on there for you so that you know. In fact, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll pause here for just a second. I will put our Tacticam FTS, which is a camera system that will let you see what I see, and I'll show you this reticle system. We chose this specific one on purpose. It is Zeiss's MOA-I. It's a obviously MOA reticle, and it's the I is for illumination. So we're going to stop here for just a second. I will put the Tacticam FTS on here. We'll take a look at some targets and maybe send a few downrange, but you can see what this reticle system looks like as well. We actually just recently got a comment on a post that I made showing this reticle system. We were hunting hogs and we had the reticles on a hog, and they were like, "Why do you need so many reticles?" Well, there's a reason for that, so let's do just a quick briefing on that. I'll be right back. All right, so we are back, and things may look a little bit different. I've switched cameras here and had to change things up. I'm doing this by myself. I don't have my favorite photographer, videographer Ashley here with me. She's finishing her last semester of college, so the girl's got to work. But anyway, what I'm going to do, I've got the Tacticam FTS on here for you now, so you guys can actually see what I'm seeing. And I'm not going to really get into the reticle work and all that. I've already got a video up for that, how to do reticle work with a second focal plane optic. So I'll put that link down below in the description, so you want to go watch it. It's received quite a few views, and people seem to like it, and I'm a pretty simple guy, so I explain things pretty simply. So go check it out if you want to get into that part of it. But anyway, I just want to show you my favorite reticle that that Zeiss puts out, and yeah, we'll just play around a little bit. Let's confirm zero real quick, see where we're at. I am suppressed. I have the Silencer Co. This is the Omega 36M that I've got on here, rated for up to a 300 Win Mag. I'm shooting, whoops, I'm down here. I'm shooting a 6.5 Creedmoor, which is the Benelli Lupo. And that is primarily what we're using in our classes now, as well as the Lupo. We mix in a few others here and there. But let's take a look, see if I'm actually zeroed with this rifle. This isn't my actual personal rifle. So let's see if it's zeroed or not. All right, so I'm going to go to that far left target. And let's just see if I'm zeroed or not. man, I am 1 minute low and 1, 2, 3.5 minutes left. Let's confirm that just to make sure. All right, so top right diamond, let's do one more here. Yep, I am definitely right. Now that one, the elevation was perfect, but I need to come back to the right about 4 minutes. So here, let's just show you. We'll just put this to use right off the bat here. Let's see. You guys can see this okay. So I need to come to the right 4 minutes. So here's how easy it is. Pull out the locking windage, and I need to come 4 minutes. Right now I am on 1 minute, so I know back to 0 is 1, 1 is 2, 2 is 3, and right there should put me back close to the bullseye. So, all right, going back to the same target, same diamond. Oh, I went too far. Elevation is still good. I need to come back a minute. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That was kind of a heavy minute, so I'm gonna go 5. So that is 1 1/4 minute. I should have one more in there. Let's do this final shot. There we go, left to right is pretty good. I'm gonna bring it back. I'm gonna bring it back just one more click, and we'll call that one good. So let's talk about the reticle a little bit. So I am recording. The targets that I have at 100 yards are 1 MOA squares at 100 yards. So here, just to give you an example, I'm going to go to full power. So I am on 24 now, just so we can see just a little bit better. So that was parallax. See where it gets fuzzy? And now clear again. That is adjusting the parallax, which, like I said, most of your more expensive models have that. Where this one, hey, one thing that I didn't tell you is the price. Retail with every bell and whistle on this is $1,150. Most people expect this Optic to be $2,000, $2,200, $2,500. Everything on it, I believe, retails $1,150. You can probably find some deals somewhere, but pretty good deal for everything that you get, especially as durable as these are. But so crosshair, obviously that's going to be your dead center. Does not matter what magnification that you're on. So if you go down to the bottom of that crosshair, see how I'm holding that as much as I can on the center? That's 1 minute. And then we go up to that first hash mark. There's 2. The little hash mark is 3. There's 4 that I'm holding on the center. Then this next big one that I'm holding on the center is 5. Look out to either side and you can see that there's a 5. So what that does for us as long-range shooters or as hunters gives us a very quick reference. So if I need to know, if I don't have time to dial, or if I know that my animal is out at 5 minutes of angle, which with my 6.5 Creedmoor is going to be around 400 yards, a little less than 400 yards, I know that I can put that 5 on there. I can get a quick reference. I can get on him really quick and squeeze the trigger. So that's what those are for. The other hash marks that you see there off to the sides, those are for your windage. You cannot shoot long distance if you do not know what your wind holds are. So anyway, that's just a real quick down and dirty on what that reticle is. We are going to send one more downrange. And actually, you know what? Give me just a second. And I will be right back. I'm going to put these 2 in. We'll go ahead and shoot one more at 100. You don't want to miss this, I promise. All right. Let's go ahead and send a couple more here. We're recording with the Tacticam. We'll send one more right here at 100 yards. Helps if I put a bullet in. All right, here goes this last one. What is he aiming at? A little boom at the end always makes it a whole lot more fun. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. We will see you guys on the next one. We'll probably be talking about Zeiss's first focal plane, the S3. I hunted with it all last year. Absolutely loved it. Don't miss that video. Leave us a comment. Appreciate you guys watching.